My name is Greg Warwick. I live in northwestern Montana. I'm a retired Border Patrol agent, 23 years in.
And where did you spend a majority of your time, Greg?
San Diego, California.
And where did you end your career?
Eureka, Montana.
I got to ask you.
Yep.
Ever have any strange things happen to you while you're on duty?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
UFO or Bigfoot.
Let's talk about Bigfoot.
Okay. I moved here in 2003. It was January of 2004. I was on the Johnson Creek, the 303 over by West Kootenai, Montana. And it was lunchtime and Paul Harvey's coming on. So I parked on this turnout, got out to get my lunchbox. I heard this huge whoop. I'm born and raised in Montana. I'd never heard that. So I stood there a few seconds listening and go, huh. So I walked around, got my lunchbox, came back, and I heard it again. There was 4 hillsides in that area. I couldn't tell where it was coming from, but it was loud and the volume was huge. The amount of air that they pushed to make that noise would be incredible. So I sat there for 3 hours, never heard anything else. That was my first deal. So about 2 weeks later, we're laying in bed and there was a TV show on the Outdoor Life Network and some blonde girl was at the head of it. She hunted Bigfoots. I'd never seen anything like that. So we're watching it and she does a whoop. I sat bolt upright in bed. My wife can attest to this. I said, that's what I heard. And that started it. That's when I started. Well, I bought your books and started reading them, the Hoopa book. And of course, then I figured out how to do internet. So now I could read a whole bunch of stuff.
So at the time when you heard the whoop, did you know what you were listening to?
No, I'd sit there puzzled for hours. Like I said, I grew up in Montana. I've hunted every kind of animal there is. I've never heard that noise before.
How about, have you ever seen any unusual tracks?
Yes. In Eureka, we have 47 miles of what they call the swath. That's the Canadian border. It's 100 feet wide and it is bare. And I used to spend all my time looking for smuggling. That's what my job was. And several times I saw tracks crossing the swath that would disappear. They'd stop.
What do you mean stop?
Tracks that were 5 or 6 feet stride length, and they would just stop.
And how big would the tracks be?
Oh, big. They were 15, 16, 17 inches.
You could see toes?
No. The ones I saw was after, because in this part of Montana, they get warm weather in the wintertime. I'm from the east side. We never get warm weather. But they had melted down. They were kind of deformed, but they were very large. They weren't bears because there was far too length of a stride in there.
Okay. So you and other agents are really professional trackers.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we did.
So when you say these tracks stopped,
Mm-hmm.
Where did the person who made the tracks logically go?
There's no way to tell because we do what we call sign cutting, and we spiral out from where we ended looking for more sign. They just disappear. They just weren't any more tracks.
What did you think when you saw them?
That's weird. But again, I didn't know that much about this Bigfoot stuff until I got Ron Moorhead's Quantum Bigfoot. And I go, wow, they operate on a different frequency, so they can disappear. It started to make a lot more sense.
And did you talk to other Border Patrol people about that?
There's a couple of us that were into it, yeah.
And did they have similar experiences?
Yeah, we'd go look. We responded to Lincoln County Sheriff's Department Bigfoot calls.
Why didn't they respond?
They don't work after midnight. So it was all Border Patrol.
Okay, so your supervisors allow you to go?
There's no supervisors. It was us.
It was you?
Yep.
So what kind of call would it be?
Sheriff would call, say, we got some people on the road at Mud Creek, need to talk to law enforcement. Okay. So we drive down there, and there they were sitting in their car, scared, white, something 8, 9, 10 feet tall, black cross, 2 or 3 strips across that highway. That's 93. That's a pretty good highway. We can see a trail going off to the south towards Tobacco River, but it's hard ground. It's just you see a trail through the grass. Something had crossed into the grass.
So we're talking about a biped?
Yes. It was wide. Not like a deer trail. This was wide.
So 23 years of being in Border Patrol and over a decade in northern Montana.
Mm-hmm.
What do you make of the Bigfoot topic?
Well, they're not animals. They're like, that guy says, they're quantum Bigfoot. They operate at a different frequency. I think they're there, they're real, but they're not Australopithecus africanus. Pretty sure.